Welcome, Master Duel Masochist enthusiasts. We are back after taking off the July season as well as the June season, I believe. I cannot fully remember. I think it was both June and July. We are back in the August season. We're back down to rookie. Doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, we're pretty much rookies playing Masochist anyways. So, new season with a new rule in place. For this season, we're going to be doing something interesting that we will be doing continually for each season. So Master Duel is getting a lot more complex these days. YuGiOh and Malice are now in the game, and well, they both have basically been ruling it. They'll be the two best decks we will be running into, probably trying to climb up the ladder. So there's a good chance we'll be doing a lot of press the surrender button and get out of games. So to mitigate that, we've got these, crafting materials for common, rare, super rare, and the ultra rare. In the game, we really don't use them. So this year, we're going to be spinning a wheel. So after the season ends, wherever it concludes, I'm looking to get up to gold for this season. Once we hit the goal of the season, we will spin a wheel. This wheel will have on it, of course, NR, the SR, and the UR to represent, of course, a normal rare, a rare, and a super rare, and an ultra rare. We're going to spin that wheel, and then we can choose any card from any secret pack we opened this season. So, for every secret pack we open, we can choose any card based on the result we got. But we can only choose one. So we open a ultra rare and say we open Doodoo. Well, we can't use it. So we can go down, or so we could go down from ultra rare to super rare if we really want one, or down to a rare or a common. Or what we can do is we can bank our roll. So we don't open any good secret packs with any really good like URs or SRs, and we say we roll that, or rares or commons. We'll probably burn the rares and commons for that. So yeah, now you're trying to think, well, those packs have every single card in the game. We're only doing the featured cards. So for instance, if we got the Trickstar pack, we can only craft the Trickstar cards, not every single card in the game of YuGiOh. So it has to be featured in that pack. So like I said, was banking, if those featured cards are not stuff we want, and say we roll a UR craft, we can bank that UR craft for next season that we can burn anytime that season when we get a secret pack. Now, it will take, if we use it next season, it takes a roll on one of those secret packs. So if we want to try to roll our luck to get some N's and R's, maybe a super rare, we can do that. Or if we have a banked craft, we can burn that secret pack to craft a card from it. In essence, we roll 100% getting the card. So this should be quite interesting, because I think it's definitely going to help us with strategies as we're building on to make a more competent deck strategy in Master Duel Masochist. Maybe eventually getting us back to Diamond. Because right now I have a feeling the best we're going to be able to do is maybe Rookie and Silver. And for the foreseeable future. Until we get a very strong, competent core of cards together that actually do make a physical deck. So without further ado, let's jump into the first rookie level tier 2. We only need a singular win to move on up. You know why it's good to be back? I have no idea how this is going to go. I mean, we technically opened our scale line here. I mean, yeah, it's not the greatest hand. We got Vortex to pop. Discard a card, destroy all face of monster opponent controls. Our opponent is on. Okay, so they're going to be comboing for some time here. Yeah, so it's going to be Resonator. So it's a starter deck. 8 cards in the extra deck tell me that it's a starter deck. I mean, even then, the problem is I don't know about the Red Dragons. I don't know, like, all their effects. I know they can go up to one that can negate cards once per turn. So it matters on that, because we do, of course, have the Pillow here. And I don't know how much more extension he has. That is not the dragon I thought of. This card is Secret 7. You can target one card in the field, destroy. If this card in the field is destroyed, you can target one face-up monster on the field. That monster cannot attack during the... Okay, that's interesting. During main phase, at the turn, this card is a graveyard. You can banish this card to add 1 Fiend Tuner from your deck to your hands. And if this card is you control, will be destroyed by card effects. Okay, so all we did was summon out a Quillbelt the Blade Dragon, which is not a, which is completely different to what I thought we were going to do. So I guess we'll just go a pillow here. That's definitely not evenly matched, because we would tie at this point. Actually, he owns 2 cards because evenly matched does count itself. We'll just go... Yeah, we'll just go battle. We'll get out of battle, go main phase 2, because there's not really a purpose to do anything else. We're definitely not going to control any effect monsters, so even if that was an imperm, I don't think it's impactful. And we'll just set the torrential end phase pillow effect to pop this dragon. I mean, yeah, he does get his Fiend Tuner back. Red Zone. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a red dragon, Archfiend, or a synchro monster that mentions it, you can target 1 card in the field to destroy it. Okay. Well, first off, you don't have that, and the Soul Resonator does not. I don't think it mentions Red Dragon. Oh, it does. It mentions it Red Dragon Archfiend. Add a Resonator from deck to hands. You control. When your opponent activates a card or effect where you control a Red Dragon Archfiend or a synchro monster, you can target 1 card in the field and destroy it. Okay. So I have to activate an effect for this to have any physical response. Otherwise, it doesn't have a response. He's got the red Resonator. When this card is almost, you can special 1 level 4 low monster from your hand. Okay. I think this is activating this effect. If this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 level 4 Fiend monster of your deck to your hand, except itself. Okay. Yeah. I mean, what? We just make a red Resonate? I mean, it does mention Red Dragon Archfiend, so I guess maybe we should wait to see what he decides to do, because this doesn't negate effects, it just means he gets a free pop. So, I mean, Torrentialing here would just be the exact same thing, so he gets a Fiend Tuner. I don't know why we would want more tuners, but hey, good on him. Bone Archfiend, with this card's in hand or grave, you can send 1 other card from Field of the Great Special Summon this card, also you cannot, so get that Resonator. Vision Resonator, control level 5 or higher, Dark Monster. So you do get to special summon this. I mean, what? So, Creation Resonator. It's definitely a Resonator deck, but I mean, am I afraid of a hot red I mean, even I don't know if anything here actually gives me any effect. So increase this level by 1 again. So he's going to go for an 8 play here. So he sends a Synchro Resonator. I don't think these things can bring themselves out. Discard in the physical graveyard. So bring that down to a 2 for a Synchro 6. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. Okay, so that's a field to the graveyard effect. So go to a 6. For Red Rising Dragon, which is funny enough not a I'm going to wait for that effect to resolve, so I'm chain. So bring out a Resonator. Funny enough, this is not a Red Rising Dragon. It's not a, yeah, then I could do this. Yeah, and the trap card doesn't trigger because that wasn't a card that mentioned Red Dragon Archfiend, nor was it a Red Dragon Archfiend Synchro monster. Alright. I mean, that's pretty neat. Nothing to do again. Our scale line. I'm a little afraid of losing my scales to this thing, so I think we're just going to be a little cautious here and keep the scales in hand. We can take a little bit of pain here from getting slammed in the face. Man, it's burned through a bunch of Resonators already. Alright, I mean, I still have this. Like, it's still terrifying as long as he summons something that's not a monster that doesn't have Right, then this thing gets to come on out. So pitch another resonator to bring this out. Man's burning through resonators. He's still got the vision resonator in hand he can do something with. So he could bring that out and synchro with it. So these two for a 6. For another red rising. Okay. He does get response timing here. Because this does get to resolve first before I do. Because I get the chain in response to his activation. Yep. I wish we had another trap hole in there. That would have been hilarious, because then I could have gotten rid of the guy he's trying to summon. Oh, I murdered 2 of these guys off the board. Oh, that's funny. And now he's got another tuner. Unless his hand has a normal summonable monster. Yeah, I guess that works. Yep. I mean, he either goes for a 6 play or a 7 play. That's it. Got 5 cards left in his extra deck. How much do we expect that he's gotten? Well, I guess no. This is a once per. Yeah, this is a hard once per turn effect. When this card is synchro summoned, you cannot special summon monsters for an extra deck except the turn except dark synchros during the main phase. I guess that's not soft. Okay, I thought that was a hard effect. Unless he's, of course, burnt them all. That could be the thing. He's got 5 cards left in his extra deck. He could easily have no more left. That's pretty nice. I mean, we got another 8 scale if we absolutely need it. We did get the raid in, which, funny enough, we can synchro off of these 2. So what we're going to do is Lightning Vortex, pitch this 8 scale, nuke the board. There is no one there that says anything. So then we just go scale this. My man's on 2 cards left. He draws 1, he's got 1. The man's probably burnt through half his Resonator core. Yeah, he can get a Fiend monster back to hand if he really wants to. Pendulum Summon. The problem is he needs a problem is, I think even if he gets... What matters if he's got any more good Resonator. That's still the Vision Resonator, by the way. You could add 1 Fiend Tuner with... So the quick question is how... Oh, shoot. I forgot to wait to battle. Oh, I was talking too much. I forgot to go into the all-important battle phase. Alright, I mean, 5 cards left in his extra deck. I'm top decking. Yeah, he gets another Resonator. And I mean, I guess in the aspect he can pitch another card to constantly bring this thing out. I know he's got the vision, but it matters if he can synchro summon with a 4 and something. So I mean, there's a 4 and a 2. Yup. Pitch. The big question is, did he get a body big enough to actually hurt me? Alright, well, I mean, he sent the trap card, which is pretty nice. We're not going to pop anything. At least I don't have to worry about the trap card going after my scales, so at least I can keep scales up for some time. Maybe hope to draw into one of our good scale cards. So this now, I think this was a special summon. Okay, you can, if this card is in the graveyard, you can add 1 spell trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend for your deck to your hand, which will immediately get popped. So this makes a 6, which then he can go into an 8. Okay, so... Increase or decrease this card's level. So send another Resonator. The guy's going to pitch almost his entire Resonators. So 5 to a 7. Well, I mean, what's he got for a 7? So what's this do in the graveyard? During your main phase, at the turn this card was in the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 2 level 1 Resonator monsters and special summon them both. Okay. My big question is, what does this make? It's a lot of Resonators now on the board. He's clogged everything, so even if these Resonators had an effect... Like, what does he go into for the sector deck? He's got 1 non-tuner monster. Clearly nothing, because I won. I'm amazing. I'm awesome. Of course I am. I'm the best. As Roxanne Wolf would say. She is the best. Alright. Let's move on. We got 3 legacy pack. 1 master pack. Yes, 3 legacy packs. Man, you can tell it's been a while since I recorded one of these. The good old Master Duel shop. 100 gems for a good old pack. We're gonna crack it open. See what we can pull. Yes, I did actually know why we're in Rookie. We still have got to go through Bronze as well. So there's a good chance that this season we may just be getting into Silver and jumping down to Bronze. And then next season, pushing through Bronze to get to Silver. What do we got? Augusto card. You know, I'm not gonna deny the Dynamist stuff. This only really works for Dynamists. But, you know, a nice collection of Dynamist cards could be pretty interesting for us to play. Spell Gear, Power Capsule, select one. I don't even know if we have the Victory Viper at all, so I'm not going to call that. Core Overlocked. Telenep Sister. If total level of monsters you control are less than or equal to the total levels of monster your opponent controls, you contribute this card, add 1 level 7 or higher insect or plant monster. Okay, so basically it's insects or plant support, and we don't really have a deck. The Ragnarika stuff could be very interesting, but I'm pretty sure we're never going to get enough of it to make a deck. And Gen X Ally Reliever. We're not going to play this either. If you negate the activation of a spell card, trap card, or monster effect activated by your opponent, you can special summon this card from your hand. I mean, that's neat, but we're not going to put it in our deck just for the fact we may get a negation. Okay, the better cards sometimes are these legacy packs because they do come with a lot of old support. Like, there's a chance for us to get some good stuff in here. Most of the chance this is triple vanillas. I mean, heck, the Gene Wolf Werewolf isn't bad. I think we've passed it, but that isn't half bad if we were very early. Triple vanillas, Lucky Cloud for Cloudians, a Telekinetic Well for Psychic types, and then a Zyner Frighter I wouldn't even play in Fluffles. It wouldn't matter anyways, we don't have the archetype to work for it. Alright, well, we only have 1 more win to get up to Bronze. Let's go get it. Are you everyone ready, everyone? It's the Weeb Destroyer! Look at that name. 4-card extra deck. 40 card main, 4 card extra, and we're already starting the internet problems. At this point, what is our play? I mean, if we see a scale that is higher than this, then we can play it. Well, I guess we do have the play of normal summoning this, and then we get the donut. But you know what? I'm just gonna pass on this card. Mainly because I just don't want to sacrifice a Dark Worm. We'll see what our next card is, because I can go dark, because we do have the pillow. I mean, I can snipe a back row that's set. My opponent can't respond with it. We do have, literally, we can pump it. So my opponent's using a single, I know this is like limited, but come on, my friend, you can draw more than 1 whole card there. You ban a 6 and you get 2 whole cards. Ah, yes. D-Bell Star. Let's just get out of that one. One problem with the ladder, sometimes people are just playing with the best decks. No, I think the one problem I have sometimes with Master Duel, especially in the Masochist segment, is we open pretty well here, is the fact that a lot of times you get paired up against like decks that are definitely not your power level. Say for a fact we were just someone picking up the game for the first time. I've played Master Duel, so I know what I'm doing. I've played YuGiOh, so, and plus this series is absolutely dumb, so we're playing dumb for a reason. Sword Soul. I guess the question is, does he have the full combo Sword Soul like Moe and our way to get to Moe? Or are we just going into just the monk? Because if we're just going monk, then that's really not a problem. Taya is a problem. Okay, no, he's got the Moe Elon. We'll finish my thought after we go to the next game. Alright, now back into the next game here. Is this the... He also had the Red Dragon Archfiend deck box. I wonder if there's another person playing the Red Dragon Archfiend. Yeah, we'll de-shifter here. I see no reason why not. We do have a Synchro Monster. Funny enough, we can play out of this. So, what I was saying is that some decks, it feels like when you're booting a Master Duel for the first time, you're going to try it. You've basically built a deck. And, you know, a lot of people will climb the ladder with the best deck of the format, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with anyone saying that they're going to, you know, climb a ladder with the best deck. But to me, if I boot into Master Duel my first time playing, and I'm only playing with a structure deck, or I really haven't, like, done a lot of things, that's hilarious, because I think this has to send to the graveyard. Yeah, it has to send to the graveyard to get its effect. That's hilarious. And because the problem is I never sent the card to the graveyard, it doesn't get its effect. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright. Let's see. Well, we're going to set a Leaf Man. And we will set and set. Okay, but nonetheless, from what I was saying, I boot up with, say, a starter deck, or maybe I boot up with some deck I've played around. I'm really not looking into, like, the meta-relevant strong decks like YuGiOh. I really can't... You know, YuGiOh probably isn't that bad. It's just rank 4 spam. That's what YuGiOh is. I'm gonna go... His deck is... Fiendish Chain on what? Your own monster? Sir, my monster's face down. It can't be Fiendish Chain. That isn't a physical target. But anyways, I get booted up into the game. And as I thought, yes, it's going to be a Synchro Monster. Have fun with this thing. How did he take damage? This doesn't do damage. Does this do damage? Well, this also gets buffed up because I took damage. Once per turn. How did they take 3,500 to the face? How did that happen? How did that happen? This doesn't burn. I'm not sure how that happened. But my opponent's gonna figure out that this thing is a little harder to beat down when it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Okay. Or he's simply gonna... But yeah. So I boot in. I need to finish this topic, but every time I look, sometimes my opponent isn't doing anything. So we boot into the game. We are playing a very basic deck. We are not playing anything like meta, like YuGiOh, Snake Eyes, or Malice. We're not playing any of those decks. We're playing something fun, and we immediately get booted up into, say, a Snake Eyes game, or something that is heavily meta-relevant. We're just gonna go battle. Like, heavy meta-relevant. I'm gonna smash this one. You know, and then, as a new player, someone who hasn't played the game before, who has no idea, like, what anything does, and I immediately get booted up into meta, it's not going to be a great experience. I mean, sure, this game here is perfectly fine. It's a starter deck against a Masochist strategy, so it's not, like, groundbreaking, like, suddenly you're playing against Malice, so you have no idea what's happening in Malice. So, I'm not sure why Master Duel doesn't try to, like, bring people into the game, like, hey, you have a low-level deck, let's pair you with someone with a low-level deck. Now, yes, granted, that takes a lot of algorithm to do it, but apparently Konami is going to have AI spectate announced games. So, don't tell me that Konami doesn't have the ability to, you know, do anything. At damage calculation is covered once per turn during the end phase. Destroy all other monsters you control that did undeclare an attack this turn. This card must be faced on the field to resolve this effect. Okay, so Resonators are triggering here. Let's just get this guy off board. Goodbye, Mr. Red Dragon Archfiend. It was hardly like we knew you. Oh, this is for tax? That has a grave effect. If a card you control will be destroyed by a card effect, will you control a Red Dragon Archfiend or a Synchro Monster that mentions it, you can banish this card. So, Fiendish Golem was off this. Card sent for the field, you can target one Resonator monster to your graveyard except itself and add to your hand. Apparently, he didn't add a Resonator card. Activate. Oh, he targeted the Soul Resonator, but he banished it for its protection effect. That's hilarious. So it actually protected this. And then you bring this back out, which makes absolutely no sense, because unless you're exactly got a XYZ monster, then it's pointless, because I'm still 3,400. And that's only 3,000. I beat this thing without question. Oh good, now it's a level 9, everybody. It's sure gonna do something at level 9. A level 5, a level 9, a level 4. Anyone want to figure out what that makes? Does anything else do in the graveyard? Like, yep, well, there's both those gone. And now I'm gonna kill this. I mean, he doesn't die here. I mean, technically, he can die off that blast. Does this kill? 10 cards in his graveyard, soon to be 11. We'd be up to 22. We deal 400 here. Oh, no, he's 200 off from dying. I think if we normal summon this, it doesn't have any more soul resonators, right? These resonators don't do anything. Is this card is sent to the grave as fusion material? Someone promised, like, you gotta read all your opponent's cards. And now with the rumored new time rules, we're now, you know, a best 2 out of 3 game that goes immediately to, you know, double game loss if someone hasn't won 2 games, which makes no sense to me. I mean, heck, I've been playing, like, at the time of this recording, I've been playing, like, the Gundam card game, and yeah, Gundam does give, like, does do a double game loss, but Gundam does their double game loss because it's a best of 1, stuff like that. So I mean, fresh for that. But yeah, so hearing that YuGiOh is going to suddenly go to a, you know, double game loss because apparently someone didn't win 2 duels, which is kind of weird because to me, you know, time rules and all of that back in the day where time was called. And I always think like time should have been called and then you just finish your actions, whoever has higher life points. So you don't finish the phase, you just stop playing the game altogether. Kind of like what new time rules, older time rules say that you would finish the phase you were in and then it was over. I still think they should just been put your hands down, it's done. If you still are tied with life, it's a tie. Whoever had the most wins the series. That's fine with me. And now Konami's decided that no, we can't do that. We actually need the game to finish much faster with 50-minute rounds now, or 45. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's 50 now that they wanted to push it to. And now if you can't win 2 games in 50 minutes, it's just a double game loss, which makes no sense. Before, YuGiOh was always like, oh, if you get, you know, if I beat my opponent's life points down and at least are higher than my life points, I win. And in a game that you have to sit down and read your opponent's card, understanding all the formatting of your opponent's card, like where's it colon, semicolon, is it a cost, can I do this to it, can I do that to it? When let's say you spin like game 1 is 20 minutes long or 25 minutes long, and most of that time is you reading each of your opponent's cards that you have never seen in your life. It's not going to be a fun thing to learn that, hey, in the match, you two are 1-1. No one officially won a third duel because we don't care about the life points anymore. It's a double game loss. Doesn't exactly, to me, bode as a great way to play competitive YuGiOh. And that's usually where Konami, you know, favors its money to, is competitive YuGiOh. So, I'm not exactly sure on all of that. I mean, yeah, there's games that do double game loss, like the Gundam Guard game that will do double game loss. Only if you tie, and it's a best of 1, but there's ways, like you check your shields, then you check your cards, and then you check your deck is the very last thing you do. So there is a way to physically win. Yeah, but interested to see that Konami's decided that, and of course they rolled it back, but they're of course emphasizing that they'll put it back in. So just if you're a competitive player right now in Konami, and YuGiOh, be cautious that Konami's probably going to slip that right back into their rules again, that they got double game lost. If you can't accomplish the dual winning mechanic of 2 wins, not 1 win, and game 3, you got up more life points. That's not a win. You didn't reduce your opponent's life points to 0. Konami. There's many things to say about that company. But we're not talking about Konami. We got a Master Pack, and I can't remember if we got any Legacy Packs. So let's go open them up. Alright, what do we got? An Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon. Okay, for Odd Eyes stuff. Odd Eyes and Performance Powers. We're still hunting those cards to add to our collection. An Oracle of the Sun. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card on the field is destroyed in the graveyard, you can add 1 Fire Ant, Ancestor, or Supa to your deck. We're not going to play that because I'm not even sure we even have the card. A Predator Plant, Spinodania. This is basically a Predator Plant monster. If this card is over special summon, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, place 1 Predator Plant counter on it. If it's a level 2 or higher, it becomes a level 1 as long as it has a Predator Plant counter. After damage calculation, this card found or destroyed a monster with equal or lower level, you can special summon Predator Plant monster for your deck. So, I mean, it's a nice Predator Plant card for the archetype, but honestly, if we're looking for Predator Plant, we're looking for the fusions. The Prank Kids Pranks, Synchron Carrier, the Flame Sword Dance to special summon, if a monster special summon, special summon summon a lower fusion monster for your extra deck, that is Flame Swordsman, so this would be Flame Swordsman support. Wailing of the Unchained is for Unchained. And then we got a Hyper Psychic Blaster Assault mode, and I'm not even sure we even have the card to make it, nor do we have the original. So we're not playing that one. So far, this season's cards opens have been kind of booty from the Master Packs. But I mean, that's kind of what Master Packs are. They're just that. You know, I will not lie. Getting a Photon Pepe Operative isn't bad, because once per turn you can detect 1 exile here to its card, target 1 defense position monster on the field, change it face up attack position. If you do, it loses 600 attack. Not great, but an okay card for the collection. And an Equip Shot, actually only during the battle phase, select 1 equip card. Yeah, okay. We need to be playing equip cards, or our opponent would need to be playing equip cards. Okay, with that said, we gotta win some games in bronze. Let's climb the bronze ladder. Well, we climbed up from the green rabbit to the bronzy wasp. 60 card deck, 5 card extra deck. Yeah, our hand could be a whole lot better. We're missing just one scale, and I think our hand is actually pretty sculpted. So what do you expect? Do we expect Blue Eyes Brick Dragon at 60 cards? Can Blue Eyes never play under 60? Is that the... I'm sure, yeah, we've seen a few decks, but it feels like the mass majority of this series for Blue Eyes White Dragon has been 60 cards. Now look, I'm a lover of 60 cards, but I think 60 card was played way back in the day where things were a lot different. White Rose Cloister. Control one specific 1 Rose Dragon monster, 1 plant monster from your hand. During your draw phase, for your draw, you can declare 1 card type monster spell or trap, reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's declared type, apply this effect. Level 7 or higher synchro monster you control gain a 1,000 attack. Oh, we're gonna bring out a plant. Blue Rose Dragon. When this card on the field is destroyed, it's in the graveyard. We got Red Rose Dragon. Okay, well, we can tune monster from your hand or deck except itself. I remember Red Rose back in the day of Dragon Link. Whew, that was a 60 card deck. But I mean, most hands you were able to play Dragon Link without question. A Black Rose Dragon for no effect. Okay. So this will bring out... Usually this brings out White Rose. Yeah, it should bring out White Rose if I remember it right. It was always a 1-1 combination in the deck, because you really didn't need both dragons, but I believe it brought out White Rose. So it gets to bring out a... Okay, so it's also... then if it was sensitive synchro for a Black Rose Dragon or a plant synchro monster, you can add 1 Frozen Rose or Blooming of the Darkness Rose from your deck to your hand. Okay, so he gets to special summon at least 1 Rose Dragon to the board, and then he allowed to then add either a Frozen or a Blooming, the Darkest. I also don't know what the philosophy is of 60 cards. This guy only has 4 cards in extra deck. What are they? Oh, it's the Rocks Rose. Rocks Rose. I know White Rose is also a thing, so there's the trap. What's the trap do? To summon Rose tokens in defense position either field up to the combined number of cards in the field zones and the field spell and field spells in the graveyard. Okay. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Black Rose Dragon or plant synchro monster in your monster zone. Banish it. If you do place this card on bottom of your deck during the next standby phase, return the banished monster to the field. Well, the Black Rose Dragon didn't stay around long. Rocks Rose that for Ruddy Rose. I am a lover of the Ruddy Rose, but this is kind of a waste of Ruddy Road. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can tribute this card, negate the activation if you special summon one Black Rose Dragon from your deck or extra deck. Extra deck or graveyard. So yeah, so you can go back into Black Rose Dragon, but the card has to be synchro summoned, so unless a card states on it that has synchro text. Okay, it really will matter what our next draw is here. Well, our next plan is target turn 1 tuner or a 1 level A or self-summon in defense position. Well, that Black Rose is back. Okay. Not special summon except for synchro monsters. If Love Summer Dragon you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. Thorn of Malice. The equipped monster attacks a defense position monster for piercing. Equipped monster attacks a monster that calculation. The attack monster loses 600 attack. Your opponent's monster battles with the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. Alright, this is not exactly a great thing. He's got protection from destruction for at least one Rose Dragon. And he's got a negate. Donut! The problem is Donut and this does not equal enough. So what's my play here? I mean, there's no point in, like, normal summoning that. I mean, there's no way. I mean, the Ruddy Rose just negates. I'm not thinking there's really much of a way we get out of this one. Because he's got protection to protect the Ruddy Rose here. Because really, it'd been easy to use Fuse Line, pop Ruddy Rose, and then force the spell card. Or force the negate. And then force it off to then turn into either another Black Rose Dragon or become the Moonlight Black Rose Dragon. Well, I mean, the question is, does he actually nail it right? He declares whatever the top card of his deck is. On the draw, hop. This either forces out the negates or his spell. Again, that's what Master Duel will tell you. It'll tell you that you have the spell card in your graveyard and you do have, like, the Ruddy Rose effect. Again, that's why I think a lot of people can't really transition a lot of time, in my opinion, to, you know, the normal TCG. I don't think there's anything wrong. I feel like casually, this is a better casual platform than normal Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. We summoned one... What? If a synchro monster, when your opponent activates a card or effect that would destroy cards. Why didn't this thing trigger? If a level 7, oh my gosh, was that a level 9? No, that's a level 10. Okay, we're gonna keep that fine for now. Okay, so that was it. What did he declare? Mystic Potato. What did he declare? I want to know. Monster card. So we did show a Mystic Potato. So we did pump this up. That's hilarious. That wasn't. But why didn't he activate the? When your opponent activates a card effect that would destroy a card or cards, you contribute this card, negate the activation. That makes no sense. Unless he. Oh, he didn't chain it right. He immediately went into the trap card chain. So he chained, starting the chain with the trap card instead of triggering Ruddy Rose. So Ruddy Rose has to chain to this response. Because once you rechain something else to it, I bet. Because it's interesting to me because I bet what's happening is this is trying to pop Ruddy Rose. This goes trigger. I'm going to burn this. I know it sounds crazy, but I need to get this spell card out of this graveyard. I need to force it. I need to force him out of that spell card. So yeah, so he mistimed his ability there. Yep. So he mistimed the ability since he responded with the trap card. I totally forgot, right, this does freaking, why didn't this get killed? That had way more attack than I did. I mean, I guess we go into some level 4 shenanigans. Can we win by going into Arc Rebellion? Detach one tier from this card. They lose all effects. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field. After the effect resolves, you cannot declare attacks with other monsters for this turn. Detach material of this card gains attack equal to the total original attack of all other monsters on the field. Original, so Black Rose's dragon is originally 24. So we gain 24 plus 8 there if I went these two. Is there really anything else we can go into? I mean, we technically could go into Babushka. Once during game application, this card battles and opponent's monster, you detach one material from this card to the end turn. Change the attack of that face-up monster to 0, and if you do, this attack gains equal to that. During the battle phase, you can return this card from the extra deck, special summon to Supreme King or Supreme King Gate deck defense position. The only other option would be to do number 70. I think our best shot is to... Oh no, they have to be Dark Pendulums. I think we're pretty well dead on the fact I don't think... This has to be Dark Monsters as well. Ugh. The only other option would be to go Babushka to stall. I mean, the only other thing we can do is we can easily just go number 70, bash this for a turn, set up Swords of Revealing Light, and then smash into a couple things here. Maybe that's our play. I think that's gotta be our play. We'll summon this. I guess I could have tributed, now thinking about it, I could have tributed for the Aether over to just banish the Black Rose Dragon. So banish the token to put that in the bottom of your deck. Okay. Alright. I mean, the only other thing we could do is Electromite. We could go Electromite and send the high scale. But even then, Electromite to draw one. We could go Electromite in a strange way. Electromite to send the high scale. So I'm trying to think it out. So we go Electromite, make this. Electromite on summon, send a high scale. We scale this, Electromite pop this, put this over here. Then we get the high scale back to our hand. We got Donut and high scale. This is, doesn't keep us, from, basically pendulum summoning whatever we need to pendulum. I think that's the better play. As long as the back row isn't anything real, as long as this can't disturb the Electromite play, I think we're fine. Heavy Metalfoes Electrolyte effect. Send the high scale. Yeah, so, yep. We can go then scale this. Effective Heavy Metalfoes Electromite, pop. We add back the high scale to hand. We then get to draw one because of the way we popped. Okay, yeah, that worked. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought we were going to have to only go into things, but of course, I totally forgot about Heavy Metalfoes Electromite. We will pen summon these two. You know what? We'll bring out the Scorpio too. Bring this out. Bring this out. Summon this. Golfang. Response. Banish. There should be no protection for this dragon. Get the Black Rose off the board. Bring this back. Battle. We're gonna poke. I don't know what this thing does. If this card in the field is destroyed by card effect that ends in the graveyard, you can special summon Dark Monster. Okay, so it did absolutely nothing. 2023. I don't know what his last card in his back row is. 23. Main 2. Activate Swords of Revealing Light in the Imperm column. But if that was an Imperm, he would have done it way before. We could go access code here. funny enough, we could go YuGiOh too. I don't think we need to do anything more this turn. We have our entire Link deck now. I mean, next turn we can literally go to, yeah, it kind of sucks, so, yeah. Alright, trap card. Ooh, it was a monster. Sorry, my friend. That's a monster. So yeah, there were definitely some timing things in there. I think he definitely had just gone for this trigger when I went for that. Unless he didn't have another... The only thing is, maybe he doesn't have another Black Rose Dragon. That'd be my only thing I can think of, is he doesn't have another Black Rose Dragon. Because if he has a special... Because once it negates his effect, then you can special summon. So in YuGiOh, you have to fulfill the entire effect. I wonder if he doesn't have another Black Rose. Because it's a then you can. But typically you at least have to resolve. So I'm kind of curious. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts, guys. Why the Ruddy Rose? Was it because of his chaining? Because I would... Well, I mean, Master Duel would know that whether or not it could activate. I'm just a little surprised that, you know, if it really could activate on the fuse line trigger, why you wouldn't have activated it on the fuse line trigger. My only thought is he didn't want to banish it to save it. But again, if he's got another... The thing is here, this would have been a great Black Rose turn. You had the way to go into Black Rose, but I don't think... Black Rose is a 7. Bottomless. Alright, I think let's just... I think we can wrap this one up here. Let's go... We could go YuGiOh, funny enough. Yeah, you know what? We will use this as 2 material. We'll go... I mean, we're only getting a 3-mat YuGiOh, but that's fine. That gives us... That doesn't give us the draw, but I don't think we need the draw. Because now I can go Pendulum Summon 1, 2, and 3. I mean, this is overkill right now. We technically could have killed last turn before we end YuGiOh. YuGiOh. Yeah, we'll activate. We'll banish the face down. Chain Link 4, baby. Get rid of that. Yeah, because that's only a, I think... Oh, those gold fangs are pumped up, man. Yeah, that's only a 4, so this would only make a 7. That would make... No, that makes a 7. He does not have, I think, another Black Rose. Alright. Let's end this game. YuGiOh for game. Woo, alright. First game of bronze goes to us. That's what I like to see. We'll have to check out the deck. I feel like he's only playing 1 Black Rose Dragon, and because it was already out in the field, I don't think Ruddy Rose could get trigger. I'm surprised he's not playing Moonlight, because you can summon the Moonlight off of that. Okay. Match history. This. Profile. No, I don't want. This. See your deck. No, that's my deck. Confirm opponent's deck. Ah, okay, so he didn't have a second one. Alright, that's why this effect couldn't go off. He's missing a piece of this puzzle. So you have all of this, but you can't just craft one more, like, Black Rose. This doesn't feel like a starter deck. There's no way a starter deck is 60 cards. Unless I'm completely wrong now, but you couldn't have summoned, like, Moonlight Black Rose Dragon? Because it just says a Black Rose Dragon. It doesn't have to be exactly Black Rose Dragon. You can do Moonlight Rose Dragon from here. Because I've done that. Well, using this back in the day. And, oh my god. Sword Soul. I did that back in the day in Sword Soul. Interesting. So my thought process is that because he can finish the resolution, the fact that he couldn't summon a Black Rose Dragon, it just didn't have the full ability to resolve the effect, even though it does say you can negate this card, you contribute this card, which is the cost, negate the activation, then you can special summon 1 Black Rose. So yeah, you have to finish it because it's then you can. So if you have to, you must. So I'm wondering if that's just it, or the fact that he chain blocked himself, that this chaining instead of this chaining, it was the difference. So yeah, you guys can let me know down in the comments your thoughts on that. I'm believing based on my thought in the ruling is because it's a then you can effect. You have to be able to, you have to physically be able to resolve the effect of the Ruddy Rose Dragon, which means you need to physically have another Black Rose target. Alright, well that's enough discussing judging calls and aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's jump into our Legacy packs and our Master Pack. Alrighty, a Master Pack. That's what we'd like to see. We like to open up them. We would like to give one singular lightning bolt. Alright. Evil-Eyed Hippolos, if we ever want to play the evil tile archetype. A Mystical Beast Jackal, okay, I'll take that any day of the week. If we can get some really good cards around spell counters, this is a really good card for us, so that can go in the collection definitely. Artifacts Unleashed. Heroic Challenger Spartan. Once per turn, when your opponent monster clears attack, you took one other heroic. Okay, so it's basically we need the archetype. Rocket Synchron, not too bad. I mean, if we get some better synchro monsters. I don't know how many copies of Telephon we got, but if we ever find a deck that can go Telephon into Telephon for Telephon, you know, maybe we can do something with that. Summon Storm. Pay 100 life points for someone level 6 or lower wind monster from your hand. During the main phase up, this card was in the graveyard. You can banish this card from the graveyard, special one level 4 or lower. So we would need a wind archetype, but neat for like wins. Earthbound Release. When a level 6 or higher monster is also summoned, tribute one level 10 Earthbound monster, destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. If you do, inflict damage your opponent equals the combined original attack of those destroyed monster. That's actually kind of funny if we could actually do that. Our opponent's got a big board state. Let's burn them for it. I don't think it works right now with like YuGiOh and Malice, but hey, a man can dream, right? I mean, I don't even know what Malice or Rise will even do, if I'm being honest. I have never actually seen those cards. I know they're in like modern Yu-Gi-Oh, but still, I've never seen those cards. And then think about modern Yu-Gi-Oh's now just entered its next phase of with Duap, or whatever the set is with like the canine stuff. The furries are now out. The furries. And then you got the cookie yummies, the yummies. I do like the yummies. Their names are kind of funny. And I forget what the other archetype that's in that basically is now meta relevant. Can't wait for all the rest of the booster boxes to go down in value because everyone's just playing Yummy, Canine. Oh, and Vanquish Soul. I forgot Vanquish Soul got support in that. So, yeah, so Vanquish Soul, Yummies, and Canines. So, yeah, that's definitely probably the meta for a while. And it's unfortunate because that means that the rest of the booster boxes are probably going to be trash. Alright, Sage of Stillness. If this card destroys opponent's monster by battle, your opponent cannot activate trap cards during their next turn. It's fascinating. I'm definitely not playing a 1400 level 4 for that. And the Vengeful Shinobi. When this face-up attacks this monster targeted for attack, draw one card. Oh, good. I can't wait to eat most of my life points away before I draw one. Alright, well, nothing there. That's pretty much what we're going to call this video, folks. We've got ourselves up to bronze 4, so soon we will be back to the good old silver. And let's hope that Master Duel decides to bless us with, of course, some secret packs. Now, the big caveat here is if we don't open secret packs in a season, I'm not sure how that would be possible, but you know, it is possible. We will still spin the wheel, but we will bank that craft for next season. So if we happen not to open any secret packs in the season, we can bank those, whatever craft we get, we can bank it for next season for a secret pack where we want to guarantee ourselves that craft. And with that, we'll see you here next time.